Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chelsea Explained, as this is your match review of the Chelsea collecting an easy victory against Esperance Tunis, 3-0. We are through to the next stage and we're going to play Benfica, one of the best Portuguese sides who top their group. There's a lot of positives to go through from the game. I understand it was extreme weather conditions, very hot for the players, getting easily drained, fatigued. So I accepting a more controlled, slow-paced game. First thing I liked is that Maresca made heavy rotations. He turned to his squad and rested some of our main players that are playing so many minutes that they barely get to rest. And that's gonna be important to having many of our main players resting before the knockout stage. I wanted him to trust his squad to let other players have game time, because why are they at Chelsea? Why have we bought them if we're not gonna utilize them, especially when we have great opportunity to do so? We have quality in our squad depth to get the job done against a side like Esperance, who I would put in a sort of Conference League-esque team, in that type of category. That's, I think, is the level. Our squad players has got the job done in Conference League and they should be able to control this game and win it with ease, which they did, so fair play to them. And I really think we should trust the players we have bought, and I think a lot of these guys is suiting what Maresca wants. If they never get an opportunity, how are they gonna learn the system? How are they going to learn their role and improve as a player and play a big part in Chelsea? So what changes did he make? Well, we saw Jorgensen finally in goal. I was so calm and collected with him as a sweepy keeper. I want to continue with Jorgensen. Our backline consisted of Josh Chimpong, finally getting minutes. What a talented young guy we have that I hope we can turn to more often. Also saw Tosin, who had a stunning game, won superior player of the match. So by the Chile getting minutes, Gusto was playing as an inverted fullback from the left. In midfield, we had some changes. Now we are coming in. Enzo Fernandez, our main player, was starting, had a phenomenal game as well. I thought he also was our best player, together with Tosin contributing with 2 assists. And our front four consisted of Kyrgios Berhal actually playing as a right winger, Madueke on the left hand side. We had Nkunku starting, getting full 90 minutes. And Delap up front, who received, I think, 60 minutes of football and also scored his first goal. The first half was pretty slow. It took a long time before we created any decent chances. It wasn't until stoppage time in first half where we finally scored 2 quick goals. The first goal came from a set piece where Enzo Fernandez delivered a delicious cross, precise on Tosin's head, who could just steer it in the right bottom corner. There was nothing their goalkeeper could have done about it. And just a few minutes later, Enzo Fernandez with a little chip through ball to the lap, using his body strength, holding off the Tunisian defender, getting past the next defender, and finish in the right bottom corner very quickly. But I have no idea what Esperance goalkeeper did. He had a shocking game. I don't know if he looks up to Onana or Robert Sanchez as his idol, but that was hilarious performance. When the second half started, it looked a bit better going forward. We were taking more control. Looks like Esperance Tunis has fully capitulated. They had nothing going forward. They were completely drained and shocked how they could concede 2 goals just before half time. And we added a third goal with, I think, 20 to 50 minutes left from Tarek George coming in as a sub. And Andre Santos also coming in, making his debut and providing assist to Tarek George. But it was another howler from the goalkeeper. He was so mad that he started to hit the ground. He was so mad at himself. He couldn't believe what a shocking game he had. We saw some substitutions and further great squad management from Maresca, where he brought on Darius Sugo pretty early in the second half, as well as Mark Yu, resting Liam Delap, Lavia for coming games. It's gonna take some time for these guys to acclimatize. I'm not gonna be too harsh. We have to give them some room to learn the role, learn the system, and develop. And Darius Sugo is going to be this Caicedo backup, which we desperately need. We finally also saw Andre Santos coming in, who I feel is a mix between Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. I feel like he's so well rounded. He struggled a little bit like Darius Sugo, but he's also gonna play in this sort of box-to-box role like Enzo Fernandez, and not being a deeper midfielder dictating the sort of tempo. So he's gonna have a new role to assess to and learn. Also gonna have time to learn Maresca's system. So we're gonna have to give these guys some room to breathe and not just criticize them and hate on them from the get-go. I just think that is completely unfair. We also saw Mamadou Sarr getting a few minutes towards the end. It was nice to see him. I hope we can see more from him in the future. Tosin earned a Man of the Match award. He's just growing more and more as a centre back under Maresca. So tall, winning literally every aerial and physical battle, a threat on set piece. His ball playing ability is quite good, finding accurate passes to players further up the pitch, between either the lines or in behind. Looks very composed, collected, has become a sort of leader figure in the dressing room. The second player I'm so pleased with is Liam Delap, scoring his first goal, and you can see his intelligent movement, anticipation of where to be, when to time the runs, what to do in certain scenarios is on a really high level. The move he made, sort of holding off the defender, being in the right pocket, getting past the next defender and know exactly where to finish. That move was splendid. The third player I'm very pleased with is Enzo Fernandez. He's sort of growing into actually key figure and leader when wearing the captain armband. You can see he's dictating play around. He's excellent knowing when to drop down, help with the build-up play, when to occupy the left half space, and by having him in this sort of box-to-box role allows him to utilize his final product, which is to find those key passes to attackers. And he received 2 assists today, from a little through ball to the lap or clip ball in a pocket. His set piece and delivery was precise, and he earned an assist there as well on Tosin's goal. Fourth player I'm very pleased with is Josh Pong. What talent this guy has, the confidence he has in his natural ability to carry the ball up the field and driving the team up the pitch, the confidence he has under pressure in possession, knowing where to move, what to do in certain scenarios. Madueke I thought was quite dangerous as a left winger, trying to get past this man on the outside, on the inside, making crosses, cutback passes. I thought our left hand side was strong, but our right hand side was quite weak, and that was because we utilized Kieran Dewsbury-Hall as a right winger and Nkunku in that right half space. They both were trying to do the same, coming down to show themselves and collect a pass. I would like to have the dynamic like Enzo and Madueke has, that if Enzo drops down and receives the ball, Madueke is further up the pitch, occupying the fullback, and is ready to maybe make a move behind the back line. I want this type of movement from the right flank as well. If Kieran Dewsbury-Hall or Nkunku is dropping down, the other has to stay further up the pitch or make a run inside or behind the back line, because we're becoming very predictable, we're becoming too static, we have too many players trying to do the same thing, occupying the same space, and kind of stagnates our attack, and therefore we are forced to go backwards. So that is something I would like to see improve, but I'm very pleased with basically every player. I'm pleased with Maresca today, and we move on further since we're gonna take on Benfica. I'll catch you guys later, and Chelsea Explain this out. Peace.